$14.
$14. Is it magic fucking whiskey? Do I get a motorcycle with it? Is it going to be served in Jesus' shoe?
Hello again, whiskey tippers and spirit sippers. 1-1 here again, and today we got another Redbreast. Today we're going to be talking about the Tawny Port Edition.
Nice!
Oh, you already know I love some Redbreast. I don't think I've had a rest. I know I haven't had a Redbreast that I haven't liked yet. I try not to get too many reports on stuff before I actually review it because I don't want to be swayed. But it kind of seems like the few things I might have heard about this, people weren't in love with it, or it wasn't their best, or it was just okay. I don't care. I'm excited. I'm going to figure it out for myself today. Again, we're going to be talking about Redbreast Tawny Port. Oh, this bad boy is coming in at 46% ABV, so you already know 92 proof. Irish whiskey, so triple pot stilled, or copper pot stilled, triple distilled. Oh, can't wait to taste this. Just warmed up with a little Redbreast 12. I always forget just how delicious that stuff is every time, because I always drink all the other Redbreast. I mean, we have a bunch of them. And of course, this thing didn't want to come off all in one piece. Nothing ever easy. Oh, there we go. Damn, let's get it. Nice little pop. Let's get it into a glass. Oh, that sounds so good. I am ready for it. There's no age statement on this, so we'll just let it open up just a little bit here in the glass and just get a little bit of air, and then we are definitely ready to taste it. I can't believe how long I've had this sitting back here ready to go. I mean, like I said, Redbreast, one of my all-time favorite distilleries. I don't think I've had one that I haven't liked. Still just holding on for dear life with that old school 12-year-old cast strength, the originals. I mean, oh, that stuff is so good. All of it, just delicious. The PX I really like. I even really like that Kentucky Oak. I don't think a lot of people were crazy about that one. Love that one. Least favorite one, I mean, if I had to pick a least favorite one, it'd probably be the small batch. But, I mean, they are all just absolutely phenomenal. And, of course, the 21-year-old and 15-year-old, yeah. Every one of them just delicious. But today we're getting into this Tawny Port. They're done in matured in American oak and Spanish Oloroso pork butt casks, and then finished for like 9 months in Tawny Port cask. So not into wine, have no idea what the Tawny Port is. I think ports can be sweet or tart, so not sure how that's going to affect or what kind this one got finished in, but looks like Redbreast. Doesn't look like the color's affected too much. Let's see how it noses. Oh wow, and definitely a wine influence on the nose for sure. I mean, if that's the port, but whatever kind of wine it is, it's prevalent. There are winey notes on it. It's not that sugary, biscuity notes, not quite as prevalent, but there's definitely a sweetness there. Man, like red hard candy, grapes, sweet cinnamon, vanilla tones. It smells delightful. Delectable. It smells amazing. If it tastes half as good as it noses, this is going to be phenomenal. Oh, I've had some really great smelling whiskeys lately. I mean, the Macallan, that Macallan Harmony collection, the Arabica one. Ooh, that one smells amazing, and this one is right there with it. Got a little bit of a toffee note and a little bit of like a burnt caramel note on the back end there. And I mean, there's definitely a honey, like a little bit of a honey sweetness that comes right through the middle of all of it. Oh, I'm excited. Let's taste this. It is time to get it. The Redbreast Tawny Port. Come by. It's funny, as I was tasting it, I was remembering, oh yeah, my least favorite Redbreast is definitely the Lestau. It's, and I mean least favorite, they're all delicious. But the Lestau is my least favorite. That's definitely the most wine influenced. And I think that's kind of in the direction this one was going. Saying that, wow, my mouth is just watering. Saying that, I'm not saying that I don't like this. I'm just saying it just instantly reminded me of the Lestau because it's such a wine influence and kind of the way it hits your palate. But I mean, all the flavors are there. The wine influence is prevalent, but it's a nice note. It's not as, like I said, that buttery, biscuity sweetness. I mean, even all that honey note that it was on the nose isn't really there on the taste quite as much. I mean, it is. You just can't tell. Is that the honey or the wine? Is the tawny port a really sweet wine? Man, I gotta tell you, this one's kind of swirling. This one's kind of going back and forth. I like this a lot. I like this a lot more than the Lestat, I'll tell you that. Because right out of the bat, it kind of gave me an instant thought of like if they blended the Lestat and the PX together. I'm almost gonna have to try that. Blend a little bit of the Lestat and a little bit of the PX together, and I think it's gonna kind of come real close to this. Boy, the more it's opening up, the more of a sweetness is hitting on the nose. I like this a lot. What? I don't... Maybe I was hearing it wrong. Like I said, I really do my best not to try to listen to anything so I don't get influenced. But I thought what I did hear... Or I think I was just talking to somebody. And they just said it was okay or whatever. I told them I had just bought it and they said it was okay. Nothing to write home about. I think this is something to write home about. I love this. This is amazing. This smells delicious, tastes delicious. I am all about this. Let's see how it holds up with a little drop of water. Drop of, ooh, hello. Cheers on myself again. Little drop of water. See what we can't crack open in there. What other flavors are they hiding? Can we get out? Already not liking the direction the water's taking it. It's taking it more into that medicinal sour cherry note that I'm not a big fan of. That sour wild cherry note. Kind of a medicinal thing. Happens in more rums, but I think all the wine influence on this, it's kind of taking this in that direction. Sweetness is still there. Wine influence is way tamped down, but it's there in the background, but kind of just gives you that. I mean, there's enough sweetness that it does have a pleasant wild cherry, and then it kind of sways into that more sour medicinal note that I'm not a huge fan of, but maybe once more air gets on it, it'll keep kind of sweetening it up like it was without the water. But yeah, it's just going back and forth between that sour and sweetness. Let's see how it tastes. It's not bad. With the water, it gives you a way better mouthfeel. Like, it is just silky smooth, just coats it, nice honey caramel. But the flavors are definitely way tamped down. It's so funny, a lot of people say that the water brings notes out, almost activates it, only in some whiskeys. And I'd say in less whiskeys than more. I know I certainly like a lot more whiskeys without water than with it, but there are definitely some that are better with it. So, I mean, you just have to try for yourself. But most of the time I like it without water. And like I said, this one, the mouthfeel was amazing right out of the gate, but I think it tamped down just a little too many flavors. They're there, but they're all muted with the water in there. But I'm not complaining. I really like this whiskey. But it is very heavily wine influenced. If you're not a fan of wine influenced whiskeys or scotches, I don't know if you'll love this one as much as I do. But for me, delicious. Let's see how it holds over some ice. Not too much. Usually not a fan of whiskey over ice. Just doing this for those of you that do. Seeing what we think about that. Seeing how the ice affects the flavor. Sweet grape popsicles. Grape cinnamon honey stick popsicles. Grape vanilla honey stick cinnamon popsicles. Let's taste it. Cheers. Back to what happens with a lot of whiskeys. It brought out a lot of those oak notes. Salty, sweet, bourbony, vanilla oak notes. With a little bit of honey. Yeah, the Tawny Port's got to be a sweet wine because this is all about honeyed and sweetness and grapes. And I like this one a lot. Absolutely. We'll see how it changes and how it opens up over time. But right out of the gate, first impressions, I am really, really enjoying this one. This is double thumbs up. Oh, that smells really good. Yeah, just straight up. I mean, just the oak and the vanilla and the cinnamon and the grape and the honey. Oh, that is delectable. Oh, I think that is just delicious. I mean, that is like an 8.9, maybe creeping up on 9 territory. This could almost be a 9. Like, I think this might be a 9. This is up there. This is delicious. I really, really like this. You know, I mean, I already love Irish whiskey, and this is right there at the top. I love Redbreast. Like I said, they haven't really done anything I don't like. If I had to pick one, a least favorite, it's always been the Lestau. And the reason I'm not the biggest fan of the Lestau is because that one feels like the wine and the whiskey were just battling a little too much. I never felt like that was a cohesive blend. I mean, a lot of people love the Lestau. A lot of people, it's their favorite. But for me, it just always felt like the wine and the whiskey were never at peace with each other. They were just always at odds. This one, it feels like they are just nice, blended, cohesive, woven just perfectly together. Like, this is the blend it was meant to be. So maybe it's whatever Lestau wine was, like, wasn't quite perfect for the whiskey for my palate, but this one is. But Tawny Port and Redbreast yield, yeah. Whatever their blending profile is, it matches perfectly with Tawny Port. This is double thumbs up. If they still have it at a store near you, make sure you grab it. I was just in Total Wine the other day. I know they have it there, so absolutely. Oh, what did we get this one for? So yeah, it looks like this one is coming in at $124.99 up here. So with our lovely Washington taxes out the door, it's $153.44. So, yeah, a little bit pricey. It's a Redbreast. Everything's pricey up here. And, man, I'll tell you what. One of my favorite Redbreasts yet. I just seem to love those. I really like the PX edition. This one's leaning in that direction. But a little more, even a little more wine influence than that. But, yeah, 8.9 creeping up right on that 9, right into that 9 territory. This is delicious. If you see one out at your local store, definitely go pick one up. That's going to do it for me. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here until we see you on the next one. Slunjava.